We are Movie Menu Reviews, your Soulless podcast. On today's menu, we'll be reviewing Bladerunner 2049. Ooh. Movie menu, movie menu, the movie menu. Alright, welcome ladies and gents. I am Dan the Man Muñoz, host of Movie Menu Reviews, your weekly movie news and reviews podcast, back for season 12. Yes. Yay! Woo! We took a little bit of a hiatus there, but we are now back. Better than ever, we hope. Or just as bad, or just as worse as before.
Just be happy being back.
Yeah. Not canceled. Yay. And we're live, Facebook Live. Thank you so much if you're watching. Or if you're watching later on, thank you so much. Or if you're listening to us on iTunes or SoundCloud or Stitcher, we appreciate that as well. Also joined here today is our special guest, also from Huba Canoes Industries,
Corey Zerby. I'll say my own name.
Yeah,
HubaCanoes.com. Go there.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the okay to say your name.
Yeah.
Because, I don't want to, upset you in any way.
Just keep trailing off.
Okay. Also here is co-host and senior panelist, Z.
Hey, guys. How's it going? We're back. Oh, God. Why?
I don't know what that was.
It's like every season we start with a new demonic chant.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't it ironic? It's for the demonic person?
Sure, absolutely.
I'm working on my demonic,
I'll take it.
Demonic chant album.
The next demonic chant album
Demonic
here
Chants
is
Volume 9.
Mike Stan.
Volume 12.
Volume 666.
Yeah, volume nicely done, Dan.
Well done.
Volume 666. Yeah.
So we have some movie news we want to discuss. First up, there are a couple of trailers that have been released this past weekend. Fortunately, there is one trailer I would have loved to have talked about, but that doesn't come out until tomorrow, Monday, which is the Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer.
Yeah, but aren't we not supposed to watch it? Didn't we make a deal, Dan, that we're going a Star Wars celibate for...
I don't remember last season that much.
You were drunk the entire time?
Yes, we'll go with drunk and not any other thing. But we are going to talk about 3 trailers right now. First trailer we're going to talk about that was just released today, Sunday, early in the morning, 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time, the Justice League trailer. So what did you guys think about the trailer for Justice League?
My man! Yeah! Yeah!
Get some.
Get some!
I don't think they said
that. I don't think he said... well, just you wait.
Yeah.
So this is the supposed new trailer. It isn't anything new we haven't seen except for new keywords.
I mean, they had a couple of, funny moments here and there and
right.
stuff.
Well, what you could tell, though, is that there's a narrative structure to the beginning of the trailer, which I really found pleasant. Right? It starts up with Lois Lane seeing, I guess, an illusion, or maybe it's the reality. We don't know yet. We're seeing Clark Kent saying, I'll take that as a yes since you put on my ring. And I think that's really interesting. I think that's a good, clever way of reintroducing us to the world. And it makes the characters sympathetic, which is what my biggest fear of this movie is going to be, that it's not going to be, you're not going to be sympathetic towards anybody in this film. So yeah, I thought that was a good approach.
It was a wedding ring or a promise ring?
It was a wedding ring. The promise ring is for Dan, who is Star Wars celibate.
No promise ring for Dan for Star Wars. I actually do. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff, but the new footage it did show, I did enjoy. It's a lot better than what I had anticipated for Batman v Superman, because I actually have some type of hope for this movie.
Oh, okay.
Batman v Superman. No.
Why do you have hope for it?
Just because. Honestly, is because Joss Whedon is helping out with the movie.
Yeah, he definitely stepped in, and I think they're doing a lot of reshoots as well.
They did a lot of reshoots, yeah. So I'm excited about that aspect. And, I thought Ezra Miller as Flash is getting pretty funny. He's kind of growing on me a lot with his, dorky sense of humor.
Sure.
I think it's pretty funny. And, I don't know, Wonder Woman was great. Now I just want to have positive vibes for DC. Right. Next trailer, do you want to say anything about it, Mike?
No.
Corey?
I don't.
Okay.
You're indifferent to it?
I'm indifferent to it.
Moving on will be the next trailer we're going to discuss is Pacific Rim Uprising. What did you guys think about that trailer?
It looked like at first I thought it was a Transformers movie. For
There's
like the
very
first 10
Bayism
seconds.
stuff going on there.
Yeah.
I was like, is this Transformers 9?
Oh.
Transformers 12? I don't know.
If it ever gets that far,
Well, supposedly the last one was the last one, but this seems to be picking up right where it left off. I don't know. It's really strange, right? Like this. Okay, so Pacific Rim, the first, was dorky. It was meant to be silly, and I kind of feel like they're going a little bit too much to that direction. No, it needs more drama, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
You're right. In order to get away from the Bayisms that Guillermo del Toro was trying his best to accomplish, right? When we watched Pacific Rim, we said this is how Transformers should have been, right? It was you cared about the characters. This feels more like a Rock'em Sock'em movie.
It does not seem like a movie that Guillermo del Toro would direct at all.
Yeah.
It seems very
childish.
Yeah,
it kind of looked like Power Rangers.
Oh my God! Thank you. I was thinking Power Rangers the entire time. Yeah.
I know. I was thinking Transformers. I don't mind Power Rangers.
Of course you don't.
I was thinking Transformers more than anything.
I
It's all action, no substance.
Right.
Power Rangers has substance. Damn it.
No, it doesn't.
It did.
It absolutely did not.
It did. But I'm hoping for the best. It's gonna be interesting to see how they can pick up the story. And I know John Boyega is cool.
Yeah, listen, I'll watch him in anything. He is a great actor to watch. Although I remember watching The Circle and it wasn't that good. He was not that good in it.
Well, no one was good in that
Nobody
movie.
was good.
You can't
and you had
blame
Tom
anybody.
Hanks in that movie, so like that movie really failed. But yeah, I will watch it. I'm hoping that further along the way the story will develop and they'll show us a little more in the trailer. But right now, I'm not enthusiastic about it.
Same.
Yeah.
So the next trailer we're going to talk about is Annihilation, written and directed by Alex Garland, who did the movie Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it stars Natalie Portman, Oscar Isaac, and some really good actors. So what do you guys think about that teaser trailer?
It's a teaser
that actually came out right before, at least when I saw it, it came out before Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think about that trailer?
I thought it was an amazing trailer. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like a great companion to like get your mindset for Blade Runner to get into watching
absolutely.
this as a trailer. And I like Alex Garland's work. I think he's written a lot of good movies. Ex Machina he did a great job with that. So I think Annihilation. I think Natalie Portman. This is gonna bring Natalie Portman back to Oscar talks. Hopefully.
Well, I don't feel like she ever left, but. Alex Garland. Listen, Alex Garland is. I mean, what is this? His third film?
This is second directorial.
Second directorial.
First was Ex Machina, and before that, he was a screenwriter.
The guy, I really want him to write a novel, because like he has a great imagination. He clearly has visually stunning films, and this film. With the right actors, like any movie with the wrong actors falls apart, but with a high concept like this one, you really need good actors who you can believe in, and I think Natalie Portman's the right person for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward to Annihilation as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's stay tuned.
What about what I think?
No, you have thoughts?
Too.
Do you have thoughts?
Some thoughts. I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and transition into the movie review for Blade Runner 2049. All right, the movie we are reviewing is Blade Runner 2049. It is directed by Denis Villeneuve. It is written by Hampton Fancher, Michael Green, and Philip K. Dick. It's based on the characters of Philip K. Dick.
Yes, the book by Philip K. Dick,
and also produced by Ridley Scott as well, who directed the original Blade Runner film. Here's the plot. A young Blade Runner's discovery of a long-buried secret leads him to track down former Blade Runner Rick Deckard, who's been missing for 30 years. It stars Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, Robin Wright, and a slew of talented actors. So we've all seen this movie, so we all will rate it. And depending on our rating system. We will collectively decide if this movie is worth dining in, watching in theaters, take out, wait, and watch it at home, or leftovers, toss this film, or retire this film.
Retire. Yeah.
Nice.
And whoever
Toss this
wins,
film in San Diego.
that's this film in San Diego, basically. Yeah. Whoever wins, we're in a point. Actually, there'll be no point system for this since we all saw
since
it.
we all saw it, there's no points.
Well,
Sorry.
who won last year? I'm just curious.
Z1.
I won last
We're
year.
supposed to have a segment, but I don't think we have a segment.
I have not.
We'll eventually get to a segment sometime.
Yeah.
I would say there should be points.
I say there
for
shouldn't be
this.
points.
I say there should be
I
because we
just-
got a guest.
Okay.
Oh,
They should be allowed to get points.
Well, if it's collective, then there's no points. If
Okay,
it's,
fair
if it's a actual disagreement,
How about like no points for us but points for the guest?
well then why? No,
No,
that doesn't make sense.
that doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense to me, Mike.
Mike's just trying to play favorites.
No, I'm just trying to get Corey a point here.
Yeah.
It's okay, Corey. You'll come back. and
He's
earn
my
a point.
wingman, point man.
Is your point, man?
Okay, so we'll see. At the end of the review, we'll talk about the points.
It's not going to happen. It's not gonna
First,
happen.
is going to our rating right now. Corey, rate this film.
Am I getting points? It's a dine-in for me.
Z.
I'm just gonna be controversial and say take out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, there has to be
I know.
points then.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
What's your? Because you're gonna win this. I'm guessing.
No, I'm
he's,
not, because
he's right.
there's-
I said if it's all the same, there's gonna be no points. But because now this is your fault. You
Here
could have
comes-
gone with dine in.
Here comes a circle jerk. Okay, go on, Mike. Go ahead. What's your rating?
You only have yourself to
What?
blame.
No, I don't. I've
Yeah,
got my
yes, you
own
do.
honesty and integrity to blame.
You have no integrity. What are you talking about?
I've got
Go
more
on,
integrity
shut
than
up.
you guys.
Mike, rate this film.
It's called Z doesn't get a point.
It's called You All Eat Shit.
It's solid dine-in for me. Total dine-in. 100% dine-in.
100% dine for me.
Yeah, of
This
course.
is my favorite movie of the year.
So nobody
Us,
gets
we
points.
get points.
Nobody
Zeno
gets
gets
points.
Yeah.
See? Oh shit.
So we get the points. Review is over.
I think your points are shit.
So Brian wants to know, what do we do with the points?
I demand
So,
a recount.
Well, the points system that we do is whoever at the end of the season, whoever has the most points can come up with their own segment that they want. So if we watch like 10 movies in a season, whoever has the most points out of that season can come up with a 5-minute sketch or a 5-minute segment about a movie related topic. And then we all have to succumb and listen to them talk about whatever.
Has a guest ever won?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rigo.
Yeah,
Rigo's
Rigo,
one.
or we donate the, like, for example, developing the segment takes too long, so we just give it to somebody else. So
thank you,
guests
Brian.
will take over for
Thank
it.
you, Brian, for asking that question.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
very good question.
So,
to start off the season.
Last
Great
season for
question,
season
Mike.
11, Z won.
I did.
So we don't have a
Yes.
segment yet because he hasn't decided one. When he does, he'll let us know. And we'll shoot or we'll record the segment.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And Rigo also says that Pacific Rim 2 is disgusting.
I'm glad me and Rigo agree
Yeah.
with that one.
Pacific
I think
Rim
we all
job.
agree with it.
Yeah.
So should we talk about the movie?
Yes, let's. Okay, so let's talk about the style of Ridley Scott from the original into Denis Villeneuve's style into Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
How did you think, as a sequel, the stylistic choice of Ridley Scott transferred over to the modern technology we have today for Denis Villeneuve to go ahead and create this world again that was familiar but still new because it's 30 years later?
Wait, so this is a sequel?
If you weren't aware,
I was wondering
this
why
is-
we was copying when Harrison Ford came out.
that's why they bring out Harrison Ford at the very end, because it is a sequel. Listen,
Oh, by the way,
Mm,
this is a spoiler-free review.
yes.
So we will not be giving any spoilers out. So please be mindful of what you say to not give anything away.
Thanks, Dan. Listen, I was a big fan of the original. The original was moody, dark, grit. I believe I called it gritty. And I remember talking about the trailer review back when we were reviewing that it looked like it was missing some of the grit. I take that back. It definitely has all the grit. It has all the things that we loved about Ridley
Say
Scott's
grit
original.
one more time.
I'm saying grit, not Yes, grit.
True Grit?
True, not True Grit. Well, anyways, the point being
Did you
this.
say great?
I know
said-
it was great.
I said
wasn't it?
gravy. I said
It was
gravy.
great.
All right.
It's
So
all gravy, baby.
so it was beautiful in its eye aesthetic. It was great in its high concept, but just like I talked about before, a high concept develops us to really invest in characters, and that was my ongoing issue with Ryan Gosling's character. I didn't really care about him enough that I was going to follow him on this journey. I just didn't. I just didn't.
Cold-heartedly, like, because I don't care. Disagree with you.
Well, then
on that.
Cold-heartedly,
Then-
not wholeheartedly.
No,
Then
cold-heartedly. 'cause I don't
explain
give
to me
crap.
why.
You totally care about Ryan Gosling's
Why?
character.
Like, in what semblance did you actually invest into him?
Everything.
Yeah.
He is the lead of the movie. You
No,
cannot enjoy this movie without caring about Ryan Gosling.
Well, that's why I didn't enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that I didn't enjoy it because I really didn't invest in him. Now, I'm not saying this movie is bad. I'm not saying by any means this movie is bad. What I'm saying is that I just didn't wholeheartedly invest in it. Maybe it requires second viewing. Maybe that's it. I think it's a great sequel to Blade Runner. I think it did a really good job of creating the world and opening the world up. But there was a lot of flaws, some including the villains in the story, that I just again I did not understand their motives. I didn't understand why they were doing stuff. And I think that if we ignore,
But I think that's fine.
But if we
because in the
ignore
first-
all those flaws, though,
no, it's not a flaw.
they're all definitive
It's
flaws.
not. It's not a flaw. It's they're setting up story. That's what they're laying groundwork for a larger.
They're
universe.
doing a
But,
Marvel.
but
So-
no,
yeah.
because the original Blade Runner did the same thing. You had questions after you saw it.
Yes.
They didn't answer every single thing.
But you didn't want them answered.
And
That's
you
the
don't
point.
need them answer in this movie.
Well,
So before we continue, mention some of the flaws that
you,
well,
you
no,
felt.
no,
what
let's-
you felt. were
let's
some
talk.
of the
Let's talk about
flaws.
the positive stuff first before we get there, and then at the very end, if
Well,
you guys still want to hang out, we can talk about
Well,
flaws.
mention one flaw that you felt.
the villain.
in this. Okay.
Wasn't the villain doing the same thing that Ryan Gosling's characters or his side of were doing the same thing? They wanted the same damn thing. They didn't just sit down and talk to each other. They wanted the same damn thing. And nobody ever kind of was like, wait, the baddies and the good guys want the same thing. Shouldn't we just figure it? Like, it was. Think about that. Now, I don't want to spoil it, but that's what it really comes down to.
no, but in the end, they didn't want the same thing.
It was because they both wanted something at the end that ultimately nobody really
How do you
gets.
not ruin this movie?
I know.
It's really
It's
hard.
like-
Well, no, that's why I didn't want to talk about it. So that's my problem is that ultimately the villains want and the good guys wanted the same thing, and that for me was a huge
Well,
flaw.
I don't know that. I mean, because you got multiple angles here. I mean, it isn't just like the baddies and the good guys. You actually have at least 3 different perspectives.
Oh,
on
sure,
this.
absolutely, yes.
You know,
yeah.
you without going into too much or without ruining this.
Technically, there's even 4.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I was gonna say. You got
5.
at least 3.
Just
You
throw
got
random numbers.
You got at least
There's
7.
Well, then you get yourself into a. All right, so that's one of the flaws. One of the other flaws
Well,
that I had with the
okay.
film.
Well,
So
you felt-
moving on from there was the pacing of the film. It
Okay.
just moved too slow.
But
And I looked
okay.
around our theater because we watched in the same theater, and I didn't see you guys, but there were people falling asleep, including myself, watching this film.
So you were the one snoring.
No, that was a lady sitting
I
next to me.
For me, I didn't mind.
Like
It
that
is
the entire
so
time.
beautiful.
Yes.
And everything, the lighting, the special effects is so beautiful. It's not even like it's cool. Oh, that's cool that they can do that. It is beautiful,
Yeah.
stylistic.
Oh, absolutely.
Amazing choices that Denis Villeneuve decided to do. And Diedrich, I believe he was the cinematographer. Or
Sure, whatever the case may be, it was visually stunning. I am not taking anything away from that. I am not saying that this movie is
except
bad.
for that, it's a takeout.
I'm not well, except for me. Like, if I can rate it, I would say it's like a soft dine-in. But I know you guys hate
Yeah.
doing that. That's why I went controversial. Like, it was missing pieces.
Roger
and-
Deakins, sorry.
Roger Deakins. Yeah, so it was missing pieces, and for me, those pieces didn't give me the same joy that the original did, because the original one, the question was, is spoiler here, is Deckard a replicant? And so that answer, this movie answers that, which immediately took away that joy of not knowing, and then it gave me questions.
Immediately, like you wouldn't find that out until way.
Well,
yeah,
sure, the
towards
movie
the
takes a
end.
while, sure,
Yeah.
but the point being, it still ruined that for me, and it didn't set up any
It
questions.
didn't ruin it because this is a sequel. It's adding
Sure.
more to the
Building
story.
onto
Yeah,
the
it's
world.
building on it, and it didn't give me any questions that I wanted answered directly.
I think they still toy with that theme, and I feel not only do they, I can't talk too much more about
Sure.
it, but they continue to play with that theme in an original way.
Right.
And I thought I thought the screenwriter was real smart about it, and they were very careful in the directions they chose to take it.
Yeah, it's like left for interpretation.
Yeah, not only that, but they avoided the low hanging fruits, and I felt like they were very smart about plot structure as far as where to take the film. As far as like who you think is important may not be as important as you once thought.
I agree.
And just revealing things later on in the film that don't seem to make too much sense in the beginning.
Right, exactly. No, and I really thoroughly enjoyed the way the film's structured. Really, like, you don't see Harrison Ford's character until, what, 50, an hour in? Like, even further than that, I feel
it's
like.
about 2 hours in.
Yeah, and it's a 2 hour and 45-minute movie.
Yeah, then there you go. So it's 2 hours in. Yeah, 2
3
hours
hours with trailers. This movie's a 2 hour movie.
Yeah.
And this is, I think...
What a ride. What a ride.
I think this is one of the movies where, like, I think it could have benefited without showing Harrison Ford in the trailer. I was kind of...
There were several characters in this story that you could have just avoided. I mean, you really didn't need the big baddie of this...
Jared Leto?
Jared Leto. Yeah, Jared Leto wasn't really required in this film. He could have just been, like hinted at. Having... I mean, in the movie. I'm saying in the movie. Like, giving a hint that somebody is out there. But yeah, Harrison Ford in the movie. The trailer... made it seem like the central premise of the story would be Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling.
That's what it.
Finding
yeah,
somebody.
I think the trailer kind of misled.
Yeah, totally.
People. But what did you think about it, Corey?
With the movie, I
Yeah.
like the movie. Dine in.
Just that.
I mean, I disagree.
Yeah, you can disagree.
High five, Corey.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I mean, I thought we had the right amount of Jared Leto. It's hard not to spoil this movie.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, it was great. I liked like the I guess it's not spoiler. Like Jared Leto's like office. It's just like water.
Wood?
There's just like water lights everywhere. It just looks amazing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenes in here that just like look amazing.
Yeah.
And for that,
It's not
love
a
how they're-
spoiler to say that he's
Blind?
Yeah, that he's blind.
No,
and
that's
no,
in the trailer.
and
Well,
he has like,
that, and I mean, there's reports that during the filming of the movie,
Right.
he actually wore contacts that made him blind.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he's
very
very method.
That makes sense.
and it was really cool, how he was, seeing or his way of seeing.
Yeah,
I thought that was a really
super
cool effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And the question I think for me watching the film was, is he a replicant? But it's kind of like, while watching it, you understand what he is. And so he's an interesting character. But I honestly was like, meh, I've seen it before. And even at that, like there are hints of the Matrix in this as well. Because if you guys remember the Matrix, it's been a while.
I've never heard of it.
Never, not once.
Okay. So in the building of mythology, they released the Matrix Reloaded, which are a bunch of like animated
I loved
sequences.
it.
It was great.
Yeah, yeah.
It felt a lot like that. There was a lot.
Oh, the Animatrix?
Yeah, the Animatrix. Thank you so much. Yeah. It just felt like
Animaniacs?
it felt a lot like that, where it was giving history, less so story. Because you were understanding what happened what happened that led to the fall.
Well,
I guess
the interesting thing is also, I felt though I don't know why you would, but if you didn't see Blade Runner in the first movie,
right,
you didn't need to see it to watch and enjoy this movie.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Corey,
did you watch Blade Runner?
I've seen Blade Runner,
Okay.
but it was so long ago, and I have such a terrible memory that I may as well have forgotten it. So no, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think you had to see Blade Runner to enjoy this movie.
That's an interesting question. If you haven't seen it, Blade Runner, if anybody out there hasn't seen it and has watched this one, let us know if you guys felt like you could follow the story, because I'm actually curious.
Although I wished I had seen Blade Runner
right before this one.
Right before.
Yeah, I think that would work well. That's why I'm saying dine in. You can watch Blade Runner, follow through with this. Well, Blade Runner director's cut. You must watch the
final cut.
The final cut.
Right.
Yeah,
And then watch The Matrix 3.
or the Animatrix. Either one works.
And also, there's like a short animated movie
is.
I didn't get to see it. Before.
Oh, you didn't?
didn't
Oh,
get
it was
to
the same
see
thing
it
as like the Matrix cartoons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It looked cool.
It was cool. It was really good.
I didn't want to watch anything before I watched this movie. I wanted to watch.
Go blind.
Yeah, going blind. I wanted to go in Jared Leto
Yeah,
style.
yeah. You're gonna wear his contacts.
I can't see this movie. This is garbage.
It sounds great. Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer did the score for this.
Composition, right?
Yeah, I mean, when is Hans Zimmer not good?
He did
I
Arrival too, right? Because
He did.
I mean, Denis, he did Arrival and the similar sound, but it was amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love the synth of it. Oh, it really felt
80s.
80s, which is like Blade Runner style.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is that Blade Runner, the first movie, is set in 2019, and we're already in 2017.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're almost there,
Almost
guys.
Trivia. So Blade Runner 2049. 2049 is the year that I retire.
Did you
Why is
actually?
that trivia though?
It's trivia. Everybody should know the year because I'm throwing a big party.
It's for his
Our
2049.
So everyone's invited.
So
to
somebody
record
edit his
retirement party.
Wikipedia page. Somebody edit his Wikipedia page.
You better avoid Ryan Gosling if you're retiring.
Punch you in the face.
That's the name
That's
that they
if
use.
I'm a
when they-
replicant, which
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Are you a replicant, Corey?
Yeah.
You want to look under my eyeball? You want to look under my eyeball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the term that Ryan Gosling uses to kill all the robots.
Retiring.
They're retiring.
Yes.
So yeah.
So what negative things do you guys want to say about this movie?
I've already said a whole bunch of them.
You know, I just thought the audience was
excluding
terrible.
Z.
I thought there's some real snobby
Well,
people.
okay, so Joe, that's his name, right? Joe.
Yeah,
Or
that's his
K.
name.
He goes by
K.
K.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ryan Gosling's character.
Yeah. So that he's got this sex. No,
it's like a hologram girlfriend.
hologram girlfriend. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Which is a very curious and sort of weird sequence. And so there's a moment in which they bring in this, I'm guessing, a prostitute.
It's like a replicant prostitute.
I don't even know if she's a replicant. Is she a replicant? They
Yes,
don't
she
establish
is.
it.
It's kind of like the movie Her when
No. It's nothing like that. It felt more like
very
Ghost.
much like that.
It was like Ghost.
Yeah, they like
Right,
made
they
pottery.
blend. Yeah, they blend bodies.
But it
Like,
is.
damn it! I wanted to see Whoopi Goldberg in this.
She's.
I
Just
know.
in the
I know that's
background
not like
nodding her
a.
head.
I know that's not a huge plot point, but let's not talk about too much because it's kind of a cool thing to watch.
right.
Sex?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
No,
Sure.
you're right. You're right.
It's always good.
But-
I wouldn't
but-
want that ruined.
But,
You would have.
No, part of me when I did watch it, I will say I'm like, damn, that's really cool to watch
Mhm.
the special effects of that.
It's
But I'm like, now they're
interesting.
just showing off because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was a little much.
Yeah, you do get to see Ryan cross the way a little bit naked. So if you're looking for that, it's in there.
I think that is a throwback to the original Blade Runner as well. You got replicant.
Sure.
Prostitutes,
Well, you don't
yeah.
have the hologram thing.
Yeah, you don't have the
original.
hologram, which was super interesting.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Though I did feel like the sound effect because it has like the orchestra sound effect. When,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. So it came on at convenient times for me.
It did.
Like,
A little too much.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
to be like it came on when he was with the prostitute. Oh, you don't like real.
You don't
girls.
like real girls.
And then it
yeah.
came on again during the meeting, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I hope you enjoyed our product."
Right.
But he didn't answer the phone. The person never came out, so it's like,
But then at the very
why would it ring?
Yeah.
There was no
Yeah,
purpose
yeah.
other
No,
than
that's-
to like,
to
That's a good
further the
point.
plot along.
yeah, to have. That was my only
Yeah.
thing that was like, oh, that's kind of convenient.
Yeah.
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 Also, another thing of convenience was that I don't want to give too much away, but there is a scene in San Diego, which is funny.
Hmm.
Hey Heather,
Hey Heather, are you in San Diego right now?
no,
Aw.
but that San Diego is basically LA's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great. I love that. That was
Just a
hilarious.
massive Garbage.
Garbage, yeah,
Garbage
but,
dump.
But like there's these weapons that are used conveniently to like save and stuff. I don't want to give too much away. I don't know why those were not used again for other things.
Yeah.
Like it was just used for that one scene and never used again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
If
was,
you have access to that, is like why would you ever?
yeah,
leave?
you would never need to leave your office at
Yeah.
that point. Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
What I don't get is why more people didn't have cars.
I thought the same thing too.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's only cops driving.
Yeah, it was only cops or the the major corp.
Yeah,
Operation,
major
yeah.
corps. There was
or
not-
buses. I think you saw like massive
Because
buses.
they had so much budget and everything, they just couldn't do
They
multiple.
couldn't
cars.
afford to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flying cars, by the way. They're
flying cars.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I did like that scene of the garbage dump. I did like the history because I mean the thing about like the original Blade Runner, you never left L.A. So the fact that they did leave L.A. for San Diego and for and I don't think they're spoiling it, Las Vegas in the trailer they show that. I thought that was a beautiful set piece. Oh my God, that was really gorgeous. The way that they evolved Las Vegas was beautiful.
Also,
Yeah,
how they
everything-
opened the
everything
movie.
was
yeah.
beautiful.
When they open the movie, it's, I mean, like when you see the farms and they're all covered
Yeah.
with, I don't know,
with nanotechnology. Well, with the solar panels.
Yeah, it's all
So they're
solar
not-
panels.
yeah,
so
they're
you
no
know
longer-
there's something underneath there, but like everything's foggy and barren and just bleak.
Yeah. And I know this movie has gotten some flack for the fact that it is a movie about global warming. And I think they covered it really well. I think the way that they shot it was like, the bees are dead, guys, you know? But then you see, like, it's in the trailer.
I didn't see it in the trailer.
I didn't see it in the
Well,
trailer.
you guys need to watch the trailer again. Anyways, the point being,
It's none of your business.
yeah, there it is. It was still really beautiful. Again, it was just a beautiful film, aside from its flaws.
Which I don't think it has any. But
Right. So do you want to talk about pacing? Do you guys felt like the pacing was fine?
I had mentioned that I was fine with the pacing because it was always something to look at, no matter what.
Oh, I
if
see.
no one
So
was
the fact that
talking-
the shots lingered, you were just watching the shots.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like I always say, it's visual porn in
Yeah.
a sense, like
Sure.
not actual sex porn, but it's like, wow,
Well,
please.
there-
Well, no,
there's a
re-
woman.
I can't hear this right now. I can't hear this.
I believe real porn does like quick shots too. No, I don't know. You're right, and I think this movie actually has a lot of shots where there's not a lot of edits. Like, it's just prolonged shots.
No,
but-
let's not talk about the pacing. Let's talk about performances.
Sure.
So
And
you
let's
had a
not talk
problem-
about performances. Let's talk about the music.
Let's talk about pacing.
So you had a problem with Ryan Gosling.
I did. I just couldn't. I mean, nothing at fault for him. I'm starting to grow on his performances, and I thought he did a fantastic job of playing nuance. However, I just couldn't really buy into his character. It's just because for me, I didn't find an in with him. Like, I didn't find an empathetic moment in which I can relate to him. You're nodding your head no.
I thought he was the soul of the movie.
Soulless soul of the movie.
The soul of the movie.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah,
he
okay.
was
amazing.
so good
He
in
was
the movie.
really, really good.
Okay.
Like, he carried that film, and he
did.
you got emotionally invested in the character
Mm-hmm.
and the world because of him.
Mhm.
Not only was he the lead, but he was also the audience as well,
Mhm.
Okay.
experiencing this
Yeah.
for the first time as
Did-
we go
okay.
on the journey with him. And I mean, the journey was great.
Right. So without spoiling anything, so in the second to third act, there's always this moment of point of no return where the story. No, I'm sorry, that's the second to third act. The second to third act, there's a moment where like it changes a character in some way. With that being said, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you actually even care?
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not care at
Yeah.
all. When
I
that
did.
happened, I honestly, and you
There's
audience,
multiple
'cause you're
times that
rooting- and
there's
you're
multiple
rooting
things
for-
that
I
happen to him that you're
just
like,
did
oh my
not-
god.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
totally feel
Tortured.
emotions
okay
for him.
All right. So maybe I just wasn't in the right mood.
You just don't have any emotions.
Are you a replicant?
Are you a replicant?
And that's what it's all about. You're,
Inter-
you're basically
interlinked.
Jared Leto.
Cell.
You don't care about,
How do you feel about holding your baby? Sal.
Sal. Yes.
That was a cool thing. So there's a way for, and it's set up early on, where well, actually, I don't want to give it away. Never mind.
Well done, Dan.
You no, go for it.
Go
you
for it.
open
Just-
the door.
just-
No, because like I don't think people know about.
Psychology.
No, well, so you're not supposed to show emotions.
Yes.
And to
There's
do
the-
so, there's a test, and
Yeah.
the way they do the test is really, really cool.
It's a word
Yeah, it is.
association test, if you know anything about psychology, and it's very interesting in the way that they can tell whether or not a replicant has started to show emotions.
so that's how they can find out the replicants are, not
Configured correctly.
Yeah.
yes, and then they have to be changed, whatever. That's a cool thing because when it happens, it's a little jarring at first because you're like, oh, what's going on, and then you realize what's going on, and it's like, oh, that's cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So another thing I want to talk about is sadness though, because this movie has not performed well in the box office.
Nope.
Like
Yeah.
the predecessor, Bladerunner, did not do well in the box office, and it was like mixed reviews originally. Blade Runner. This one has gotten a lot more positive reviews.
It has, yeah.
But I am very sad that you people aren't going to watch it. Go out and watch this
Wow.
movie. It's so good.
Dan, the very few fans we have, do you really want to bash them right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This movie to me, honestly, needs to be put onto an Oscar
Well,
talk.
here's a question, though. Why do you think audiences are not going out to watch this film?
Because it's a 3-hour movie.
Yes. That's exactly it.
But that's the thing, though.
Also, let me also tell you this, and I don't know if this is the case nationwide or not, but the amount of 2D screenings for this is limited. There's not a lot of 2D showings for this film.
No, really? 'Cause
Yeah. When I was looking for screenings and I wanted to watch a 2D, I could not find theaters that held this film that had Usually a film when you watch it.
No, that's like the all spectrum because it's 3-hour movies. They have less movie time. To
Yeah,
put in
they
theater.
do. They do.
That makes sense.
So,
exactly.
But it was all over the spectrum because I wanted to watch it like at 3:00 yesterday, and I was like, damn, there's no 3:00 anywhere. And then I finally found one a little further away.
Yeah.
So I went
you
there.
had to drive there to
So I
see
drive-
it.
yeah, so-
that's my point.
So,
is that they're-
but that's because the movie's 3 hours long. It's not because.
But I think
everything else.
that kind of hurts it too because people don't want to pay for 3D. We've already established that. And so in my theater or in our theater that we watched it on, the theater wasn't full.
No, it wasn't.
The theater wasn't full. So
my theater wasn't full either.
I think it just has to do with the one, it's a sequel. If audiences have not seen a film that was released 30 years ago, they're probably not going to watch it now because it's a sequel
well,
to
it's a cult classic now, but
sure.
Yeah.
But there has not been good from 30-year sequels.
That's
Yeah.
That is a good question though, because I don't think anyone, just based on the trailer, they wouldn't assume it's a 3-hour film.
Right.
So
I didn't know. I actually did not know, and I was
didn't
like,
know either.
"Oh, this movie's
Oh,
taking forever."
I made sure to like have because that's my time was from 3 to 6. I had free yesterday,
Okay.
so I'm like, fuck, I have to watch it at 3:00.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I knew it was 3 hours,
Okay.
but
okay.
I didn't care because it's Blade Runner.
Yeah. So I'm just I'm curious what didn't bring in the draw. So because you think of a movie like It or something like that. That's a remake.
It is a
from
remake,
years
but it's a
ago,
remake
but-
that you can just watch right away. This is a sequel. This is a huge difference.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just curious, like what turned people. Well, I shouldn't say what turned people away because people still went to see this.
Yeah.
It was still
number one, yeah.
So,
But it just didn't make as much money.
How well do sci-fi movies do in general? I'm just curious.
It-
How did
it
how did
depends.
Arrival do?
Star Wars did really well.
like-
Obviously,
well, Star Wars
Star Wars-
always
Star
does
Wars
well.
is a little
It has its
different.
built-in
Well,
audience.
Yeah.
Star
so-
Wars.
stop it, Dan. Arrival did pretty well, but it didn't do well on the onset. It was a build movie up
Well,
sort of thing.
yeah, and then when they re-released it, it did better.
It did better, yeah.
But it did okay.
I'm hoping for the same thing with Blade Runner.
I think that would be the case.
I'm hoping word of mouth will help it
Yeah.
for the
Yeah, me
second
too.
weekend
Yeah.
because
Just
there's not that much.
Z's word of mouth.
Yeah, not
I will
Z's
be
word.
warning all of you to wait to watch it at home.
No,
But see, that's the
it's-
thing, though.
no, this
no.
movie is too
You
beautiful.
need- you
just
need
to
to
waste
see-
that's
the
the-
I
watch
wanted
at
to see
home.
it on a bigger screen.
You have to watch it on a big screen.
You did watch it on a big screen.
A bigger screen.
Oh, I see.
The biggest
No,
screen.
IMAX. I want to watch this movie in IMAX.
But this
I also
movie-
want to watch this movie in 4D.
The original,
Like,
yeah.
Netflix
you want to
did.
go?
Oh, right.
because I want to do both. I want to do IMAX and 4D. Why can't there be a 4D IMAX theater?
There
here in LA?
is. It's in
Not
it's in-
IMAX.
Oh, IMAX. No, sorry.
IMAX
But there
4D.
is like a Dolby theater you can watch it in. That looks beautiful. But here's the thing, right? Like the original was a cult classic. People watched it at home. That's how they kind of like made their money back.
But
So
would you watch the original if it was re-released in the theater?
Yeah. No.
Yes, you would.
I would.
I would.
No, I
Yes,
think I
you
would
would.
watch it again at home. I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
you
And I
would-
would watch it with this one. I would watch it right next to each other. And then I would have to make sure to take a
if you have the
massive
option-
bathroom break
no,
afterwards.
If you have an option of watching Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049,
get
the
a
final
caffeine.
cut,
Double? I'd watch
but
it
in
too.
theaters
That'd be
back to back,
amazing.
you would totally go
I
with
am
theater.
not you, Dan. I don't like watching things for hours upon end. I know you did that for like the Marvel stuff, but I will not do that.
I did the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you did Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
I
it
will
was
not do that.
Pretty amazing.
Absolutely not.
Pretty
How
long.
can you carry yourself a movie fan that won't do that? That's,
Because I like watching things at home when I can take breaks to take naps.
there's too many distractions at home. This movie, you need to dedicate yourself to watch
I
it.
disagree. My home is quite silent sometimes.
As
I
he has a
bet it
very
is.
big screen at home. Maybe. I don't know.
Sad violence play.
So anyone who's watching out there, let us know if you saw Blade Runner 2049, what you think, and just spread the word. Everyone, just go watch it. It's such a great movie. So we're gonna go ahead and rate this. Dine in, watch it in theaters.
Points?
God.
Points?
With
Points.
With the caveat that you may or may not enjoy this. Just letting you know.
That's any
more
movie.
chance, yeah, that's
more
true.
chance than not you will not enjoy this film.
No, more chances than not you're gonna enjoy this
because
movie.
you're going to be expecting something different.
No, it's really good.
It's not
It's
the
this is-
Harrison Ford film.
This is my favorite movie, and it didn't have to be.
It's not the Jared Leto film either.
It didn't have to be. It was okay being the Ryan Gosling movie.
It's the Joy film,
But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
but it's not joyful.
It's my favorite
I
movie of the year.
enjoyed.
You
All
didn't
right,
like
thank you
Joy?
so
That
much.
was my character?
Thank you so much, Corey, our special guest. Go ahead and promote Huba Canoe.
All right. I will promote hubacanoes.com. It is a satirical website. I would call it dystopian corporate satire. And Huba Canoes
Is
comes
our
bearing
sponsor.
gifts today. We are a sponsor. And
Where's our money?
Mike, Would you do the honors?
Oh.
So we're giving away some posters. This is for you, Z.
This is live. We did not know about these posters.
We did not
This is
know about
for
this.
you, Dan. So this is based on an article that we turned into a poster.
10 gas saving tips for the summer.
10 gas saving tips for this summer.
for next summer?
This is clever. I like this. This is really good.
Yeah.
Ask older men for rides at night.
You know what? Go one through 10.
Oh, okay.
Since this is live.
Should we just read it for them? All
Yeah,
right, so I'll read it
They
for
can
them.
see it. here.
Number 1, check your tire pressure. Number 2, avoid left turns, and that shows a bunch of cars crashing. Number 3, buy cheap gas in sketchy neighborhoods. Hey, I do that. I definitely do that.
I do that too, actually.
I love it. That's really good art. Number 4, remove side mirrors to cut down on wind resistance. That's good. Number 5, don't have friends because passengers add weight, which hurts your fuel economy. That's good. 6, ask older men for rides at night, which is creepy on its own. 7, puncture holes in gas tank to reduce the weight. Jesus Christ. Number 8, don't brake at stop signs. I never do. Number 9, shatter all of your windows. I mean, that's one way. And number 10, close your eyes and trust the Lord.
That should be number 1.
That's really good.
We had to build towards it. So if you go onto the website, actually, we're going to be sharing the post for this poster either today or tomorrow. If you subscribe to our mailing list and like us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, whatever that may be, we'll give you a digital download of this poster.
Cool.
So
That's really funny.
This
All
is
right.
this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is great.
yeah.
I like that
Thank
better
you.
than Blade Runner.
I like it as equally as
Now
Blade
stare
Runner.
at it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I love the art. Who did the art?
So his name is Wayne Brown. He's an artist that I found on Facebook. So new friend of Huba Canoes Industries.
But don't have friends because passengers add weight, which hurts your fuel economy.
He's dead now,
Right.
which is why they're not paying him. They already killed him, so it's taken care of.
No, he's a talented artist, and hopefully he'll help us out with some posters in the future. We're going to be doing more stuff
Awesome.
like this.
Awesome.
I
With
like
the
it.
site.
It's good. I'll hang it in my office
Awesome.
and creep out all my clients.
So hubacanoes.com. You want to spell the website?
Yeah,
for people?
HOOBA, and then it's canoes, so that's CANOES.com. HubaCanoes.com. Check it out. We're going to be giving away some digital downloads, so please subscribe and like our site.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you so much for being here, Corey. We always love it when you're here, especially when
always
you
love
bring
being
gifts.
All right.
Oh,
Thank you.
some
Thank you
people
guys
we
for
don't
having
love
me.
being here. Z, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks. You're welcome.
And Mike, thank you for being on the show as well.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.
And I'm Dan the Man, host of Movie Many Reviews. Thank you so much for tuning in, or if you're catching us on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher, we appreciate that as well. We are doing Facebook Live every time we do a show, so make sure to check us out. We'll be announcing when we go live. Next week, we'll be going live on Monday after 8 p.m. There's not an exact time yet because there's never an exact time with us, but we'll be reviewing Happy Death Day, which is a horror movie, which is like Groundhog's Day horror movie. So that should be fun for October Halloween. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, guys. Goodbye.
Later.
I dance. Only I dance.
Movie menu. The movie